This is Dr. Phil Chavez. Santa Maria degli Angeli Basilica is iconic to the Franciscan order. This is actually the church after which the city of Los Angeles is named. Now, the basilica was to build this small chapel behind me called the Portiuncula, where Francis spent much of his time and began the Franciscan order. Now, within its walls, he received many inspirations on living a radical Christian life. Now, only feet away from this chapel is the small cell where St. Francis died on October 3rd, 1226, called the Chapel of the Transito. Now, according to legend, the Portiuncula Chapel was built in the 4th century by a group of hermits from Palestine. It is a tiny space only measuring 7 by 4 meters with a small apse. Now, in 576, it was in use by the friars of St. Benedict. The Portiuncula was the 3rd church which Francis refurbished after he had a vision from Christ to rebuild his church. Now, there is the story, the account of the great Pardon of Assisi, which is remarkable. On one night in July 1216, Francis was praying in this little church, consumed with a desire for the forgiveness of sins of all mankind. Now, Jesus and Mary appeared to him in a cloudy mist, surrounded by numerous angels. The saint lay prostrated on the ground, and Jesus said to him, "Francis, you are very zealous for the good of souls. Ask me what you want for their salvation." Taken in ecstasy before this sight, Francis regained his faculties and said, "Lord, I am a miserable sinner. Beg you to concede an indulgence to all those who enter this church, who are truly contrite and have confessed their sins. And I beg Blessed Mary, your mother, intercessor of mankind, that she be intercede on behalf of this grace." Now, the Blessed Mother at once began to beseech Jesus on behalf of Francis, and Jesus responded, "It is a very great thing which you ask of me, but you are worthy of even greater things, Friar Francis, and greater things you will have. So I accept your request, but I want you to go to my vicar, to whom I have given the power to bind and loose in heaven and on earth, to ask him on my behalf for this indulgence." Upon appealing immediately to the Pope, Honorius III granted this request. Now, this plenary indulgence is for the elimination of all temporal debt due to sin. That is, no purgatory time. Now, such an indulgence at that time was very rare. But this indulgence, now that there are more, has the distinct character of coming from a miracle of the appearance of Jesus and Mary themselves. Now, the date designated originally by the Pope for the great Pardon of Assisi was August 2nd. Later, other days were added. And now, since Pope Paul VI, that has been extended to any day of the year. Now, the usual requirements for plenary indulgence also apply. God be with you.